So here I'm told that Rhea buys a van for £8,500 plus VAT at 20%. I'm then told that Rhea pays a deposit for the van, and then she pays the rest of the cost in 12 equal payments of £531.25 each month. And we're asked to use all of this information to find the ratio of the deposit that Rhea pays to the total of the 12 equal payments. And we're asked to give the answer in its simplest form. So it's a lot of information to take in here, but if I go back to the start of the question, we're told that she buys a van for £8,500 plus this VAT at 20%. Now, if we're working with the total cost of the van, it's going to be a good place to start to work out this total cost, including the VAT. So if I go to work out this total cost of the van, I need to find what £8,500 is plus this 20% VAT. Now, if I have an extra 20% on top of this, I can take the multiplier of 1.2 to multiply this by 8,500 in order to work out what 8,500 is plus 20% of it. So 20% as a multiplier would be 0.2, but I'm multiplying it by 1.2 to have that original 8,500 included. So using this multiplier of 1.2, so increasing the value by 20%, I get an answer here of £10,200 for the van. So Rhea then pays a deposit for the van, but then she pays the rest of the cost in 12 equal payments. So we're not told the deposit here. However, we are told that there are 12 equal payments of £531.25 each month. So we can work out the total amount she's paid via these payments. So if we work out the total cost of her payments, well, if she is paying £531.25 every month for 12 months, so 12 equal payments, we can multiply that by 12 in order to work out how much she's paid. And that gives us an answer of 6,375. So that was the rest of the cost that she paid after paying the deposit. However, we don't know the deposit and we're looking to calculate the deposit. So in order to calculate the deposit that she put down to buy the van, we can take this total cost of the van and subtract the monthly payments in order to find the difference and to find the amount that she must have paid for the deposit, because the deposit plus the total number of payments, the total cost of these payments, is equal to the total cost of the van. So I can do the 10,200 subtract 6,375, and that gives me an answer of £3,825 for the deposit for this van. Now here, if I look, I'm asked to find the ratio of the deposit that she made to the total of the 12 equal payments, and we have both of these values here. So we're basically finding a ratio of the deposit to the 12 payments, and the deposit was 3,825, and we're going to put that in a ratio with the total cost of the payment, so this part of working here, so to the 6,375. And that gives us a ratio. This gives us the final ratio that we're working with. However, here we are asked to give our answer in its simplest form, so we're going to have to divide down this ratio. So these numbers are going to share a common factor, and one way of working out this is if I were to divide both of the sides of the ratio here by the same amount. If I were to divide them both by 3,825, for example, I'd get 3,825 divided by itself, so 1, and then I'd get 6,375 divided by 3,825, and that gives me an answer of 5/3. Now with ratios, it's better to work with whole number ratios, so I can simply multiply both sides of this ratio by 3, and that gives me a ratio simplified in its simplest whole number form of 3/5, and that will be the correct final answer here. So as for how the marks are awarded for this question, the first one would be for finding this total cost of the van, the second for finding the total cost of the payments, the third for finding the deposit, the fourth would then be for finding an unsimplified ratio, and then the fifth and final mark is for finding the simplified ratio of 3/5, or the answer 1/5/3 would have been accepted, but it's always a good idea to give them as whole numbers. So the way that we've laid this question out, giving a little more detail on what we're doing each stage of the working, writing down what we're calculating, has been really helpful in showing where we got all of the marks here and how it came together to give us this full answer of 3/5.